Well, it seems that women seem to compliment on my fragrances more than men. I mean, occasionally I'll receive a compliment here and there from a man, but most of the compliments I receive are from the ladies because they love the way I smell and they love some of the fragrances that I wear. Well, in today's video, I've got 22 fragrances that women love the smell of on me. If you want to find out what they are, then please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian. Yes, today I'm talking about fragrances that I've garnered compliments from the ladies. Ladies seem to love fragrances more than men. You know, here in San Francisco, it typically is. When I'm traveling out and about outside of here, I do garner more compliments from men, but here it's mostly from the ladies. The ladies love some of the fragrances that I'm wearing, and that's what I'm doing today in this video. I've got 22 fragrances that women love the smell of on me. Find out about these. Before I let you know the fragrances though, if this is your first time tuning into this channel and you still haven't subscribed, please click the subscribe button below and also click the bell so that you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. So these are basically fragrances that garner me compliments. It's a wide array of fragrances. Some designers, mostly niche houses, but great smelling fragrances. Some you probably really know about, some you probably do not know about, but awesome, awesome smells. Let's go ahead and get started. First off, Tobacco Vanille from the house of Tom Ford. Tom Ford does great fragrances, although lately they've kind of slipped, but this is definitely one of the ones that does garner me compliments. And I think women really like this one because of the spices and the vanilla together. It smells great and actually comes off of me really smelling really great as well. My body warms it up and you get the vanilla, the spices, the fruits, the tobacco, and then the cacao touches. A great smell. If you don't know this one, it's perfect. Although we're going into summer, it's better in the fall and winter, but there really are no rules. You can kind of wear this very lightly when it's warm outside. So Tobacco Vanille, really great fragrance that garners me compliments from the ladies. Next up, going to the house of Maison Francis Kurkdjian. Baccarat Rouge 540 Extrait, but you can do the original as well. This one, I think there's a recognizability with this particular fragrance. That's why it garners compliments. There's also a muskiness about it, and when it blends with your own body heat kind of generates this kind of musk that projects off of you, and it kind of drives women wild, I think. I think it's the Ambroxan in here, or the Ambergris, that kind of creates this unique musk that, as I said, it's amplified off of you when your body is heated up, which is what I like, because when your body is cold, you're not going to experience much projection, so body heat definitely amplifies the smell off of you, and that's when you're going to garner compliments. Great fragrance with Ambroxan, almonds, jasmine, and musk. It's a fragrance from the house of Maison Francis Kurkdjian, Baccarat Rouge 540 Extrait. This is not a rank list, I'm just giving you options. Next up, going to the house of Maison Margiela. It's By the Fireplace. I think this is a great smell that the sweetness and the smokiness kind of, you know, triggers some sensations for the woman to respond to positively. You know, it's a vanillic, and of course it does have the kind of nuttiness in there. So there's some sweet touches and nutty touches from the chestnuts, but there's definitely some smoke in here. And it's not the kind of smoke that's like really burned and ashy, just a light kind of a gourmand smoke. So it's not overwhelming with its smokiness, but just the right amount of contrast there to kind of, you know, give off a great smell off of you that would actually have the women compliment. So By the Fireplace from the house of Maison Margiela, I have received many compliments of that one from the ladies. Moving on to the house of MANCERA, it's Hindu Kush. This one really does garner me great compliments. This is you know, this fragrance is weird because there's a major creaminess about it, and I think it's from the Guaiac wood that's in here, so it generates a kind of a creamy experience, and it's got this clinging power, but there's this kind of cannabis note in here, which to me, it doesn't really smell too much like cannabis, like maybe it's just diluted and mixed with the creaminess of the woods in here to create just kind of a musk. But whatever it is, man, it comes off of me, and women are, you know, driven wild with this particular fragrance. So it's a great fragrance to receive compliments by or with, and I absolutely love it. But you know, it has patchouli, it has ambery touches, there's definitely musk in here, and some vanillic touches as well. I think this really does blend perfectly with my body chemistry, so whatever I project off of me, the women seem to react very, very positively to. So if you're looking for a fragrance like that, I think the best way to do it is buy samples or test from bottles that you can test from in stores, and go out and about and see how people react to it. But Hindu Kush is a great smell. I absolutely love it, and it's a great compliment getter as well. Moving on to the house of JOVOY, it's Incident Diplomatique. And this one, I find women sometimes like masculine scents. So this is definitely a masculine offering because it's vetiver and patchouli. More vetiver, definitely almost equal amounts of patchouli as well. So it's very, very earthy, woody, and of course a little sparkly as well. And there's a little bit of mandarin orange in here, and then this nutmeg note. But it creates a great smell off of me, and it just garners me compliments from the ladies. The ladies seem to really, really love this one. So when I find a fragrance that generates compliments, I like to find more fragrances like that. And usually when I smell a fragrance, I can tell how the reaction's going to be. There's definitely got to be some muskiness about the fragrance that women like, and this one they do. Now, I don't receive a lot of compliments from Psychedelique. That's a fragrance for me because I really love the way that smells. It's not about compliments, but here with Incident Diplomatique, definitely the ladies seem to love the way this one smells. So it's Incident Diplomatique from the house of JOVOY. And I'm not saying that I never get compliments from Psychedelique, but I get more from Incident Diplomatique. It seems more positive, and there is always that negative association with like straight on patchouli, you know, smell. But I absolutely love that kind of smell. All right, moving on to the house of LABO, it's another 13. This one, once it's blended with your body chemistry, it's creates its own very, very sexy musk. And I mean, this one I've actually gotten compliments from men as well, but it is definitely more from the women. It's a great smell with that Ambroxan note again, but this also has ISOE Super, it has Ambergris, it has Ambrette, it has Musk, Amyl Salicylate, and it's a great smelling, awesome smelling fragrance. I think Ambroxan is definitely a staple for compliments, something in the notes, well, in the note itself, that once it blends with your own body chemistry, it generates this very, very sexy musk, and those are the kind of fragrances that generate compliments, so, or garner compliments. So another 13 from the house of LABO. It's a great smell. This is another great musky fragrance from the house of MIZENSIR. It's For Your Love. Great, sweet, fruity, amber, woody fragrance, and it features Exaltone, which is a musk, Cachalox, which is a type of ambergris, raspberry, benzoin, patchouli. There's a little warmth there. The benzoin creates some light vanillic resin touch. The patchouli always find sexy, and patchouli does garner me compliments. Of course, Incident Diplomatique had patchouli in it, but it's not the overdose kind of patchouli. So this is the right amount of patchouli in here, and of course with the musk in there and the Ambroxan type Cachalox, it's definitely a fragrance that once it's kind of blended with your chemistry and you're projecting it off of you with some body heat, those are the kind of fragrances that will garner me compliments. So For Your Love is from the house of MIZENSIR, a great fragrance. Now this particular fragrance is a gourmand, and lots of ladies, many ladies ask me what I'm wearing when I wear this one, with this one, and many ladies have actually wanted me to order them bottles or guide them to where they can buy bottles. It's Intense Cafe, and I think this one just has that kind of coziness about it. It just kind of projects cozy, calming, comforting, soothing, milky, creamy, all of that. It also has the rose. It also has some ambery touches and musk. It's a great fragrance, and lots of ladies seem to love this one. Intense Cafe from the house of Montal. Now this next fragrance is a great fragrance, kind of sort of like Aventus from the house of Nishane, Hachivat. This is a crowd pleaser, and that's one of the reasons why I get compliments of this one. And it sweetens up, even though on me it's a little harsh, a little jagged kind of smelling, no creaminess. Like if you compare this to something like MANCERA's Cedrat Boisé, they're really different, like sharp. This is very sharp in comparison to that, but it does kind of eventually soothe soothes up on the body, and it does have great projection. And this has got patchouli in it. It's also got the grapefruit, and it's got jasmine in it, and then of course oak moss, and then of course it does have the pineapple too. So all of it creates for a very intoxicating smell, and once it's projecting off of you, you're gonna get a garner compliments, and the ladies seem to love this one. So Hachivat from the house of Nishane is a great fragrance. Moving on to another Le Labo fragrance, it's Bergamot 22. This I overspray in the summertime, so for me it just reminds me of summer. Although I can wear this any time of the year for that kind of uplifting vibe, the sparkling vibe, but Bergamot 22 garners me compliments when I'm sweated a little, and I've sprayed it on, of course, both sweat and Bergamot 22 together, which is kind of very sparkly, effervescent bergamot experience. Just ladies seem to love this one on me. Although this particular fragrance I've garnered compliments from men and women as well, but definitely, as I was saying earlier, women seem to react to my fragrances more than men, and this is a great smelling fresh citrus fragrance. Bergamot 22, a wonderful fragrance, a great compliment getter. Moving on to the house of eccentric molecules, it's Molecule 1. Molecule 1 is a very simplistic, minimalistic fragrance, and it's basically a musky, woody experience with ISO E Super. So it's kind of minimalistic, and once again with this one, you need a lot of like heating up. Like you need to move around a lot for this thing to kind of project off of you. But sometimes women can't smell it because you have that kind of anosmia issue with this one, and other times they're very sensitive to it, and that's when they react positively to it. It's got this muskiness, but minimalistically, and sometimes they have to get close to you because your body temperature is not overheated, and so it's not projecting off of you. But yeah, this one garners me lots of compliments. People seem to react to this one very positively because it's not overwhelming, and of course, as I say, it's got to mix with your own body, and then you project it off of you when you've heated up a little bit, and that's when you get the compliment. So Molecule 1, a great fragrance. Always recommend that particular fragrance for people that like minimalistic fragrances or for compliments as well. And I should also say that fragrance is also perfect for layering. If you like to layer, you layer that one down, let it dry, and then spray something else on, as long as they kind of complement together and they mix perfectly together. Moving on to the house of Goutal Paris, or Annick Goutal, it's Eau d'Adrienne. This is a great tart citrus lemony fragrance. There's a little saltiness under there, some woods, but definitely garners me compliments. But this one, compliments come in the summertime. Ladies seem to love that lemony tartness with this particular one. Although I feel like it has gotten a little different in comparison to the original in the Annick Goutal bottles. So there's a little change here, but this is a great lemony tart citrus fragrance, and it does feature grapefruit, lemons, cedrat, bergamot, plus cypress and tangerine and ylang ylang. A great compliment getter, but this is definitely one I wear when it's really hot outside. Wonderful fragrance. Check that out if you don't know it. This next one, I was really surprised how positive the reactions were. This is Tom Ford's Costa Azzurra Parfum. This one right here. Surprising compliments. And this is kind of that marine smelling cypress smell. That's very unique. So it reminds me of a coastal, you know, a city. Like for example, here in Monterey, we've got some cypress trees there. You can smell the sea there. The marine smell, kind of fishy in the air, but then you've got this muskiness in this particular fragrance and lots of cypress. So I'm surprised how positively women react to this one, and I've garnered several compliments when I first started wearing this one back when it was launched around January of this particular year. It's really surprising. And the other thing about this particular fragrance is I really like this version in the Parfum a lot more than the Eau de Parfum in the same bottle. It smells a little better to me, and of course it's got those compliments. So Costa Azzurra Parfum, check that out if you do not know it. Moving on to a house of Memo Paris, it's Sicilian Leather, another one that's garnering me compliments. And this is a very interesting take on a leather, and the leather appears much later on, but up top it's all aromatics and citruses, and you've got the notes of cedrat, bitter orange, bergamot, lime, coriander. Then you've got some spices like cardamom, woods like cedar and fir, violet leaf, patchouli, a lot of stuff happening. So after all that stuff is dried down and, you know, kind of worn off, you definitely experience the leatheriness. So the leatheriness has a little bit of smokiness, but it's what's happening before you get to the leather is what's really, you know, garnering me the compliments with the notes here. So it's very, very citrusy, aromatic, woody, a little green and ozonic as well. Sicilian leather from the house of Memo Paris, one that garners me compliments as well from the ladies. Moving on to the house of Goldfield and Banks, Silky Woods. Silky Woods is a vanilla fragrance that the women seem to love, but it's also very, very boozy and a little spicy and a light butterscotchiness in there, and even lighter kind of a chocolatey touch under there. So, so delicious. It's funny, I am in a building here and I'm constantly spraying stuff and going into elevators. This is where I garner lots of compliments. Elevators, and the smell is projecting off of me, and this one a couple times in the elevator here in this building, and also once I was in a hotel. I've gotten a couple of compliments there as well. So hotel elevators, and then also the elevator here, and also in the building that I live in, there's the elevator there as well, which I'm always getting compliments from. So anyway, Silky Woods is a great compliment getter, and women seem to really, really love the way that fragrance smells. Moving on to the house of Eccentric Molecules once again. This one was also surprising, but makes sense because, you know, I already spoke about Molecule 1, and then now I've got Molecule 1 plus Mandarin. Mandarin Orange seems nice and bright and happy, uplifting, you know, sparkling citrusiness here, sweet. And then you've got the woodiness from the ISOE Super, which is kind of like a cedarwood, sandalwood combo, more cedarwood than sandalwood, but a great musky experience here. And this one, surprisingly, well, I'm surprised Eccentric Molecules Molecule 1 garners me compliments, so it's a given that they would compliment with this particular fragrance as well. Really great smelling fragrance too. If you like the idea of Molecule 1, but you wanted an addition in there, this is with the Mandarin. Of course, they also have patchouli, and then they also have the iris. I really love the patchouli, but I don't think I've garnered any compliments from patchouli. So this is Molecule 1 plus Mandarin, a great fragrance that garners me compliments. All right, moving on to the house of Atelier Materi. It's Narcisse Taiji. I'm surprised this one garners me compliments, but this is one of those fragrances that's not beastly. So once again, it's close to the skin, and only the body heat that kind of increases and elevates will create this kind of projection off of you for people to smell and then react to it. And then many times I've been asked what I'm wearing with this particular fragrance, because it does have a muskiness, a little animalic touch, a little, not too much, but it's basically a green experience on a yellow floral fragrance of narcissus, but it also has warm, spicy touches when it's drying down. So it's really, really a great smelling fragrance. If you like the idea of narcissus flower with hay note, like a hay note from the barn, and of course there's bran here and leather. Very, very beautiful fragrance, and definitely positive reactions with this one from the ladies. So Narcisse Taiji from the house of Atelier Materi. Now I don't have my bottle with the next fragrance. I left it at home, but I've got the box. Babylon from the house of Penhaligon's. So many ladies love this one off of me, and as I was saying earlier, I go into elevators with the fragrance sprayed just fresh on me, so there's a lot of compliments there. And I also am going to restaurants nearby, and many times with this one, not only in the elevator, but restaurant reactions have been positive as well. And Babylon is this vanillic cedar fragrance with cypriol note. That's the note I'm thinking of. There's this really, really unique, earthy, woody, kind of patchouli vetiver type note called cypriol that's running throughout this particular fragrance to kind of give you like this woody barrel experience, like booze barrel kind of an experience. But there's some spices in here like saffron and nutmeg, and then of course coriander. Really delicious vanilla fragrance. Babylon from the house of Penhaligon's. Another great fragrance that garners me compliments from the ladies also is this is once again kind of a sweet aromatic experience with the tobacco here. So this is a very, very prominent sweetness here, like a warm amber fougere experience with vanilla. So those are the kind of fragrances that you know, the ladies react very, very positively to. This one also has the aromatic lavender in here. There's some cinnamon, so it's got this warm spiciness and a very, very positive reactions from the ladies. So Naxos is from the house of Xerjoff, a great fragrance that garners me compliments. compliments. Next fragrance, I'm going to the house of DS and Durga. It's I Don't Know What. This is one of those minimalistic fragrances once again, but it's very, very musky. It does feature ISOE Super. It does feature Ambroxan. It also features Civitone. There's bergamot here. Vetiver acetate. All very molecular fragrances, very, very musky and super, super sexy, and very, very positive reactions to this one. This one really does need the heat. Heat will amplify the smell and creates this very, very musky experience with your own body chemistry. This is mostly made, well, no, you can wear it on its own, but you can also use it to layer. It's like a primer, but man, on its own, really, really great. It's minimalistic though, just be warned, but reactions are very, very positive with this one. I Don't Know What from the house of DS and Durga. It's absolutely amazing. I love that fragrance. This next fragrance is also a compliment getter from the ladies. Ladies love this one. It's a salty vanillic experience. Vanilla vibes from the house of Juliet Has a Gun. It's an amber vanillic warm spicy experience, and there's definitely sea salt here. There's musk, there's benzoin, there's sandalwood, tonka beans, and orchid, and it's absolutely delicious. My #1 favorite Juliet Has a Gun fragrance, and also one that really garners me compliments from the ladies. Ladies love these kind of fragrances on me. I don't know what. It does have a muskiness as well, so it blends really nicely to smell of the you know, kind of like a warm beach experience, a little suntan lotiony experience. Vanilla vibes, a great smell from the house of Juliet Has a Gun. And then last but not least, this is one of the most amazing compliments I have ever received for this particular fragrance. A lady was chasing me down the elevator one day, went outside and after me to ask me what I was wearing. So this is one of my absolute favorite fragrances. It's from the house of Dior. It's Dior Homme Parfum. Amazing reactions with this one. Not all the time, and not from men, never from men, always from the ladies for this one. I don't know what it is. Is it because it smells like lipstick and makeup? I don't know, but yeah, very, very positive reactions because this does have major projection, so a little goes a long way, but I do overspray anyway. And then I go into the elevator, and that's when I run into someone, they'll be like, wow, your fragrance is great. This is Dior Homme Parfum. As I said, it's a fragrance for men. It's iris, leather, sandalwood, ambrette, rose, oud, cedar, and orange. It's just an amazing fragrance, and the reactions are very, very positive from the ladies. Ladies seem to love this one. Older ladies, not younger ladies. I don't know why, but maybe it's kind of like an older demographic kind of a smell. I don't know. I absolutely love this one. Dior Homme Parfum is the last fragrance I'm talking to you about today. These are the fragrances that have received you know, positive compliments from the ladies, fragrances that the ladies love the smell of on me. What are some of your favorite fragrances that the ladies react positively to? Put a comment down so I can find out. And are any of them, any of the fragrances I've discussed today here? I would like to know. Put some comments down. But either way, guys, thanks so much for watching today's video. Let me know what your thoughts are on these fragrances. Do you like them? Do you hate them? After watching this video, are you curious to try some of them to see if you would get positive reactions from the ladies or men? Let me know. Put a comment down so I can find out. Either way, I appreciate you tuning in today. If you have any questions or comments, please list below. Please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye. I've got a couple more bonus fragrances. Both of them are cheapies, less expensive fragrances, and I wanted to highlight them because they do garner me compliments. It's White Musk for Men from the house of The Body Shop and Kiehl's Original Musk. Both of them are musky fragrances, although the Kiehl's smells more authentic deer musk-like, and then White Musk for Men obviously is more of a white musk experience. The Kiehl's has floral notes, it's powdery, it's got musk, orange blossom, ylang ylang, tonka beans, patchouli, neroli. It's a fantastic wearing experience. I will never be out of this particular fragrance. It has gotten a little lighter, but it is fairly inexpensive. It is $45 for a 50 ml. They occasionally have discounts for like 25% off. I would grab it at that time. And then the Body Shop's White Musk for Men, it's very, very light fragrance, so it doesn't have great longevity, but you know, you got about 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours with the longevity, but it's so cheap. You can get this for about 15 bucks on discount when they have the big sales. But this is sandalwood, vetiver, tonka beans, jasmine, lavender, and geranium. Both of these fragrances really do have very, very positive reactions from the ladies. Anyway, White Musk for Men is from the Body Shop, and Kiehl's Original Musk is from Kiehl's. Anyway, those are bonus fragrances, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Stay tuned for another video tomorrow. Bye-bye.